Hello there. Let's do a reading on the abundance that's in your life, whether it's now, the future, the past. Let's just take a little look and examine. So what I have here today is 4 different types of pyrite, which is all about abundance. This is group 1. This is group 2's pyrite. This one is actually for a necklace, but in case this is drawing your fancy. This is 3. And this is group 4's pyrite. All right, I will meet you over in your pile. So if you chose this pyrite, then this is your group 1. Actually, can I do something cute? All right, let's go with that. Now, I have already shuffled, but I'm just going to do it one more time. And let's see. Oh my, okay. I'm gonna take these 2. Do you notice how I barely even, shuffled again? And these cards flew out. So I pay attention to the way that when I shuffle, how things kind of come out. So I'm gonna draw some clarifiers for each card. For the Knight of Cups, please. It's interesting. Do you see how all of those came out so fast? And this one too, I barely even asked and the card came out. But now with the Knight of Cups, it's interesting that it is taking a while. However, this just fell on the ground. Now for the 3 of Cups. Okay, I'm not going to take these, but these. All right. Lots of blue imagery just to start, which is interesting because as you can see, there's many different types of colors here. So let's just start. I like to go left from right. So we'll start here with the Fool, which is clarified by the 7 of Swords. So with the Fool, this is a card that talks about brand new beginnings, a new journey. It's a fresh new start. Literally here, it's like we have this free-flowing energy. It's like the skirt, it's like it's flowing in the wind. We're just kind of like going wherever the wind blows, and we have this free spirit. Yes, maybe it looks like we're on the edge of a cliff. However, there's no like, are we gonna fall off? It doesn't look like that. We're just vibing, and we are excited for this journey. You know, there's kind of this like white rose, which white is always a color that brings me like new beginnings. Like that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. It's all about like this fresh start, you know. There's a blank slate. Now, with the 7 of Swords to clarify it, it's like it's night and day. Here's the daytime, and then here's like nighttime. Daytime is like what you show off to people, right? When there's light, when the sun is in the sky, this is who you kind of portray. But when this is like the dark side, right? The side that you may not everybody sees, or you may not show everyone. What this is that you have gone on this journey where you have begun to dismantle all of the limiting beliefs that you had. Those things that kept you down and kept you trapped. It's like the anxiety, the overthinking. That we are on this journey to tackle those. It's like if this represented one of those thoughts, one of those anxious thoughts, we are on this journey to smash that down and to be like, okay, where did this come from? What does this actually mean? And no, this is not even true. It's not accurate or representative of who or what I am. And so you're on this journey and this path to slowly get rid of all of these things. And you do it with this power. See here, first of all, I mean, just look at the hand position. It's like, this is kind of like we have our power and our wits between us. Now we have this sword behind our back. It's kind of like we're keeping it hidden. It's giving the energy of like we're not showing all of our tools or resources to everybody, but we're kind of keeping things a little sneaky, a little secretive. But that's because we are going on this journey to slowly dismantle these things, right? Maybe it's something your parents taught you, that you are going against the belief because you know what you believe now, and it's not what they programmed you or conditioned you to believe. And so maybe you have to be a little bit sneaky about it, but it's because you're going on this journey to not let other people's thoughts and opinions be the one source of truth that you believe in, right? You're going on this journey to find out what you actually believe in and what is right. And so it may go against like what your parents or society. And so you're doing this on the sly, but this is powerful because you are gaining the strength and you're gaining control over your thoughts and your brain and your actions. It's a brand new start, a new journey. I can see this for you. And this is not an easy journey either. This is a lot, right? Like it's the way that you've been conditioned and programmed to think for so long, and you're dismantling that and starting over. And so this is a brand new journey, but I see that you're successful. Notice on the path, there's already 2 swords that we've knocked down. You know, we just got a couple more to go. We have the power and the strength within us to do this. Now let's move on to the Knight of Cups, which is then clarified by the Ace of Wands. Now, this Knight of Cups talks about, first of all, do you see how there's like almost this portal that they're kind of like stepping out of? Now, it's like cups are related to relationships, our emotions. And this Knight of Cups, it seems like they're coming out perhaps of nowhere, out of nowhere. And they have this like cup that they want to offer to you, whether that is their love, their potential for a friendship, this new emotional connection, whatever it may be. It's like there's something new that is kind of being brought forth. Now, with this Ace of Wands, perhaps this is something that you have been manifesting. Perhaps this is something that you have wanted or wished upon. And it's like, as we hold this wand, right, within our hands, like, is this what we control? And poof, here he comes. The one thing I will say is be clear about what you want out of this, right? I mean, it's clear that this manifestation has come true. However, there's the thing about this portal that I hear, and this won't apply for everybody, but for the people it does. It's like they appeared out of a flash, but they could disappear just as quickly. I'm not saying that this is what will happen or what won't happen, but keep that in mind, right? Like, we want to not necessarily test people, but you want to be clear about your expectations, right? Do you just want this fling? And maybe that's what you want, and that's totally okay. But if it's more of like a serious thing, right? Like, are they the person who is also in that same mentality? It's about communicating, not just, feeling things. However, I am saying, like, with this Ace of Wands, perhaps it is just like a little fling, like a little quick thing. That's okay. It depends on where you are in your situation. I just want to make sure that you are protected and that you are clear. So, let's move on to the 3 of Cups next and the 5 of Pentacles. This 3 of Cups, is an energy, well, Three of Pentacles is an energy all about teamwork, and so is this. But the Three of Cups is more about being with our loved ones, being in this, these scenarios where we, by being together with others, this fills our cup. Do you see the love that is just connecting all of these cups? It's like the love that overflows and pours into each other. I get this when I'm with some of my closest friends who really see me and understand me, right? You just share this bond, this connection, and the love clearly is there and it shows. Spend more time in that energy with the people who make you feel loved and make you feel good. This is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles, it's like there is a doorway, but it does seem a little bit blocked. It's like these pentacles in this particular deck, it's like it's almost like these are locks, right? It's like a little gate. You have to like find the passcode or whatever to like open the door. It's not an open door, right? So like there's kind of a blockage here. Now, you know, it's interesting that they are looking over here. So perhaps these are the things that are kind of blocking us from stepping forward. Whether it's stepping forward with our friendships, or maybe with loved ones, has there been something in the past that you've been conditioned or have been told that has kind of kept you trapped, preventing you from moving forward, from opening this doorway? And this might not apply for everybody, but I'm just hearing for some people, you may believe that you aren't worthy of love. But what I'm here to tell you is you are so worthy. Don't believe in what somebody else has told you in the past. You, just as you are, beautiful as you are, without anything else, are deserving and worthy of love. No one can take that away from you. No one can tell you differently. You know your amazing, beautiful qualities. People love that about you. But sometimes we do have to remember, and we have to remove these blockages again, right? That bullshit will not prevent you from this. And it's like, turn to your friends and your loved ones that can remind you of that. If you think this, if you have these moments where you're unable to move forward, you're trapped in these limiting thoughts, you do have those people that you spend time with, somebody, whether it's even a pet, a plant, a friend, right? Somebody who does love and care for you. Turn towards those to remind yourself of the love that you are worthy of. And know that you also are powerful. Like, you're able to manifest things. But it's about being clear about what these blockages are and how you can move beyond it, right? What are those keys? What are the answers? It's also interesting. I can't help but look at these, like, the 5 swords here that are left. These are like, they're in the past, right? We've already moved beyond them. But it's like, are these the last, like, locks almost, right? We shatter this one and it's like this one is open. We shatter this one, that one opens. That's another thing. Again, these messages may not be for everybody, but just take what resonates for you. So let's move forward to the Princess of Cups and then Temperance. The Princess of Cups. Now, it's like we've got this little portal situation again here. But this is like a different energy. It's like the hair is almost... It's giving like another... It's like we're in another portal, almost. This time, though, do you see how the colors are similar to the Fool? it's like now. And then we've kind of got this like interesting green here, which we've got a little bit here too. So what I'll say about the Princess of Cups is, again, the cups are all about our relationships, our emotions. Here, there's more of a sense of peace and tranquility. It's like we are able to control our emotions. We understand what they're trying to teach us. It's like the princess here is like levitating this cup almost. Like that's such a power to do, right? If you think about it, if you need to like levitate something, yeah, that takes a lot of work, and not everybody can just, you know, do that. So we are more in our power now. I'm also looking at this particular, I don't know, dot. I don't know what these kind of represent. But looking at this Temperance card, the Temperance card talks about having balance. See how even though this is one sphere circle larger than these, there's still like a balance to it, right? Maybe it's the same way as all of these combined, but it doesn't quite, you know, not until you balance it on the scale will you realize, oh, okay, these are like same. So it's like, this is what I'm thinking about. Like there's one large gesture you can do versus the small everyday things. One or the other, I'm not saying either is better or different, right? It's about the scales and the balance and what is right in those priorities. For some, the large thing, that may be the right move. For others, it may be the small, individual, everyday things that build up, and this is what gives us balance. It's about finding that for you. With this tiny one here, it's kind of giving me the sense that maybe it's like the small everyday things, the everyday acts of self-care, self-love. Did you eat something nourishing today? Did you take care of your body? And taking care of your body can literally just mean going for a walk. It can mean going to take a really good bath or shower. You know, whatever those things are. My therapist says, mind, body, soul. If you can take care of those three things, you know, every single day, then you've done a lot. It's all about finding what works for you, the balance. For some people, it may be doing the big things, you know? As they say, eating the frog. This just depends on you and knowing yourself and your emotions. A lot of my life lately has been about taking care of what I feel emotionally feels good. If I want to go to a Broadway show, I'm going to do it, right? If I can find cheap tickets to something, I'm going to do it. If I just want to stay in bed because I just am really tired and I need to rest up and recover, I'm going to do it and take care of myself. Maybe you need to isolate for a little, right? With your cozy snacks, you know, a blanket, a good book. Maybe you need to actually go socialize with others, right? This kind of gives a sense of like drinking, partying, socializing. Whatever that may be for you, that makes you feel good and whole, trust it, believe in it, and go after it. That is what's truly going to bring you balance. So, if I'm going to kind of do a little summary here, we're starting a new chapter, a new journey, one where you are leading with your heart. You're open to the adventure, you're open to the journey, and you're excited because you have been doing a lot of work on removing some limiting beliefs, the programming of society, culture, whatever, and you're dismantling them slowly, one by one. This maybe has been something you've done in secret, you haven't really shared with a bunch of others yet. This, people can see it, right? They can see that you're in this new journey, this new phase. Perhaps something, this is about the abundance, right? I forgot. We started talking. So it's like there is an abundance of your power. Let's not forget that. If you wanted to manifest this, boom, right? Out of a portal, it appears. Just be clear about what you want. Here, we do have an abundance of love. Find those that fill your cup, that pour into you, that you just feel the love emanate from. Turn towards those, especially in moments where you feel like there's doorways blocked or paths blocked. Remember that you do have so much love in your life. Here, remember to trust and follow in your emotions. They can tell you everything you need to know about yourself, about what's going on. This is like an abundance of trust for me. Trust in yourself and your ability to do what feels right and good for you. You know how to bring that inner balance to things. Whether it's the big things that you do every day, that on occasion, right, that it's like a huge task accomplishment, or whether it's those small everyday tasks you do to take care of yourself. Small things that build up, and over time, it equals the big. That's what to focus on. I see the abundance of love in your life. I see this abundance of fresh creative spark, of this new journey, and this abundance of love for yourself and your emotions, and trusting that. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Hello. If this is the Pyrite that you chose, then this is your group. I shuffled the cards already, but I'm just going to do them one more time for good measure. All right. For my group number 2, what's the abundance in their life? Oh. Interesting. Let's get one more for the 3 of Pentacles, please. One thing I want to say just off the bat is group 1 had these two in the same position except flopped, which is quite interesting. I don't know if you were drawn to one. Maybe there's some messages in there for you, but no pressure at all. You are the driver of your life. What feels right to you is what feels right. All right, let's begin. So we have the 3 of Pentacles and then the Judgment card to begin. The first things that I'm noticing off the bat are this, like, the triangle with these mountains in the back. And then we have, let's just start here. In general, what the triangles remind me of is like learning about how this is one of the strongest shapes geometrically or like architecturally. I don't know if you ever had to build, I think it was like a project in science class or maybe physics or something. It's like you had all these straws, right? And you had to find a way to make the sticks or whatever your thing was to be the strongest building. And so you could do squares, right? But what we learned is triangles hold the most weight, I believe, and they're the strongest regardless. So it's like, in general, what the 3 of Pentacles means, it talks about partnership. It talks about teamwork. Together as a team, this is what makes you stronger. This is what makes you better. Now, with the Judgment card, it's like when we take a look at our reflections, the reflections of our choices, when you judge yourself for that, when others judge you for that, are you proud of the accomplishments, of the things that you've worked on the things that you have built? Are you proud of what that reflects upon you? It's like there's this moment. And if you are, then that is great, right? Continue with this team because it is strong and you accomplish more, better together. But if you're on the other side and you're like, I'm actually not quite satisfied with what this represents in my life, then you have the power to change it, right? To make it something else, something different that actually does feel like a positive representation of you. The Judgment card talks about that, right? On Judgment Day, like take the moment to kind of reflect. What do you want to be perceived as, to be judged as? And then how do you make those reflections? How do you make the actions that reflect upon that? We are focusing on the abundance, so it is like maybe there's an abundance of team members, and there's an abundance of this this positivity that reflects off of the work that you've done. Take whatever resonates for you. So let's move on to the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Cups next. This is quite interesting because, again, like I said, these were flipped in pile 1. However, here, it's like we hold the control. You have this magic wand in front of you. What are you asking for? What are you manifesting? This is all about abundance, right, in your life. So I believe this is about the abundance of your magical abilities, your power. Yes, you. If this is what you wanted to manifest, boom, look at a portal appears and boom, somebody offering their cup. It's like a relationship or a connection. Don't forget about your strength and your power. Now, with the Four of Cups and the Two of Wands next. The Four of Cups talks about us, look at the sense of peace and kind of tranquility that we have here. It's like we are meditating, we're praying, we're reflecting, just sitting. And during this time, first of all, there's a little bit of parallel between this, right, with the two things. We're reflecting on, what are the things, what are you just thinking about, right? And perhaps some of this. And there's like these 3 cups in front of you. Now, they may not be necessarily what you want. Perhaps this is what you want. It is glowing after all in its own special circle. And so if this is what you want, that is okay. But understand that there may be a different path towards that. These are all one color versus this is the other color. It gives the sense that, right, we have to go through this journey to get that thing on our mind rather than what is in front of us. And on this journey, there's going to be lots of ups and downs, but that's okay because you are solid in your decision and your choice and your path. Here, again, this is the Ace of Wands, right? The first card. You are the manifester. What do you want? You think about that. Here, we've done some more reflection, clearly, and we're thinking about what that is. And so with this, if you know that this is what you want to focus on, this is the path that you go down. Right? This is what you're manifesting, what you want. And now with the Two of Wands, it's like now there's like a path in front of you. Not saying it's necessarily going to be an easy or clear path. You see there's many ups and downs, but it does look straightforward. You just have to trust and go along this journey. So what I see coming out of this, we have the Empress and the Ten of Cups. I love to see this to finish. The Empress is all about flowing, being that master generator, believing in our abilities, and being absolutely abundant and fruitful. Literally with the fruit here. But I mean, this whole thing is about abundance, right? I have the Pyrite, you have this Pyrite, and it's like we have been on this journey towards embodying this Empress energy, where you are absolutely flowing, where you can just generate what you want. And look how chill and at ease the Empress is, because they know things come to them. They know their master manifestor powers, and they know they trust in it because they have spent time thinking about it and meditating, and they've gone on the path towards this, and now here they are on the other side. The sun is behind them. They're being like fanned by leaves. It is luxury. And to clarify that, we have the Ten of Cups, which is one card that talks about getting all of our emotional fulfillment. Every single thing we want, all the cups are full. Do you see this beautiful geometric structure? We were talking about earlier here how triangles are strong. But now, do you see how the triangles here are like all together? Now, this is a strong thing. Geometrically, you can't really break that as easily. It's like your abundance has been this journey towards this, towards becoming and embodying this Empress energy, where you had your team, you know, your teamwork, the people in your life. They do truly help you and build you up. And not only that, but they are something that you're proud of. It's a proud reflection of who you are, how far you've come on this journey. Your abundance of power and manifestation ability. Boom, boom, boom. Whatever you want, out of a portal. But while we can do that, what's important is that we focus on the things that truly and actually fill our cup. The things that we actually want emotionally that will fill us, right? It's not just about these exterior things, but internally, what do we truly want that will fill our cups? And once we've done the thinking and meditating and spent the time on this and thinking about what and feeling what emotionally will satisfy us, perhaps that came out of nowhere. Perhaps it has to even deal with talking about these things. I'm thinking about like therapy, right? If you don't truly know what it is what you want, but maybe talking to somebody else that helps you bring you closer to this path, then you'll have the strength and courage to go down it towards what you want. And on the other side, boom, the Empress. I mean, can you talk about a more abundant card? Anything she wants, she generates, she births. And I see that you have total emotional fulfillment, happiness, satisfaction, all the things. And you're stronger and better. Not only do you have this knowledge and power now, but you also have the strength of your community, right? The people. The strength of your emotions on your side. Total emotional fulfillment and strength and power. This is so strong. You cannot tear this down. Like, look at this geometric shape. I don't actually know what this is, but it looks powerful and strong, right? And nothing can take this down. And that's what you're embodying. That's your abundance. That is so beautiful to see. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this is your Pyrite, this is your group. Number 3. I am going to shuffle just for one good measure. I already shuffled them, but I think it's kind of nice to do it. All right, what is your abundance? Let's get these so far. And then let's do one more card over here. To clarify the 4 of Pentacles, please. Not taking that. This is the one that flipped over, so I will take this. All right, so let's begin. I do my readings left to right, so let's begin on this side. The King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. What a lovely energy to begin on, because the King of Swords is somebody who mentally is so strong. Like, they have such a wisdom about them. This is definitely somebody who's more logical and rational and thinks with their head, because swords are all about our thoughts. The King energy, it's like leveled up, right? Like, we have elevated, we have matured, we've learned a lot of life lessons, and so this is who we're embodying now. And you know, it's kind of interesting how like their feet are kind of hidden here. It's almost like, yes, you see all of this regal energy about them, but there's also like something kind of hidden that maybe you don't see, and that is their power, right? Like, they know how to be strategic and how to let some things shine and let others kind of fade. Now that clarified and balanced with the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles this is more about earth energy, grounded energy, versus this is about air, our thoughts, right? It's kind of fleeting, those things in our head. But this is more grounded. So there's a really good balance between the head and then like grounding that into reality. So the Queen of Pentacles is very nurturing, has this abundant energy about them. They also have leveled up and matured to be in this position, right? The King and the Queen, they're in positions of power, of leadership, where they have people who rely on them, who to take care of. And so here, it's like, while there is all of this like masculine like air and our rational thoughts, it's also balanced with this kind of grounding, nurturing presence. So first of all, just to start, beautiful here. Let's go to the 2 5s next. And actually not even 2 5s, we have 3 5s basically in a row, but let's just talk about these two first. We have the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Wands. Now, the 5 of Cups, cups are related to our emotions, our relationships, how you feel about something. Wands are related to your action, your passion, taking like things and matters into your own hands. It's about doing rather than feeling. This is about feeling. So here, the 5 of Cups, the energy it's giving, it's like sometimes we can be feeling this, right? So these 3 cups are full. But it can also be like this, where these 2 are full, but these 3 are now upside down. It's like your emotions can kind of, it's like water, right? It flows and varies a lot. It changes. If you have any friends in your life who are water signs and you can see the moodiness, right? The changes and emotions, you get it. You feel it. Versus this with the Five of Wands. Now, Wands, again, it's about taking action and getting stuff done, right? However, in this case, it's kind of like there's some kind of blockage here. Do you see how all the wands, it's like you can't move, right? Like with all of them crossed like this, like how can anybody get anything done? So the energy that this is embodying, and I kind of almost even want to expand to this, right? Because let's just talk about all the fives that are all here together. 3 fives, right? There's only 4 total, so 3 out of 4. We're at 75%. What the number 5 represents, it's a card that talks about change. And here, there are some blockages that's happening. But as we see with the Seven of Wands, they're not going to be there forever. But they're here for a reason. And what I'll tell you is, do you see how, like, there's literally a doorway that we're unable to move forward through? And they're, like, sitting here because they're like, all right, how am I going to make it through? The answer, look at these emotions. This is like the blockage from the action. Perhaps it's moving through this next doorway, right? And the direct clue here is to do some feeling. You can feel any type of way, you know, either way. But we can't push our feelings aside. And that's one thing I will say about the King of Swords. So rational, so logical, but where's the emotion? Where's the feeling? This is one of the good things about them. However, there's always things that can limit us, right? So, to move past this blockage, to move forward, we've got to understand our emotions and what they're trying to teach us. When we're sad or feeling some kind of way, what's the reason behind it? What was the cause of it? What can we do? What can this teach us? Or when we're super happy and elated, again, what was the reason? What was the cause? Was it someone you loved? Something? But what are those emotions that you feel trying to teach you? And so if there is a blockage in your path when it comes to like your passions and your action, is there something emotionally that is blocking you from that? This may even be subconscious, right? Like you may not necessarily know logically to think through this. There may not be something, but it's our emotions that will help us push forward, right? The Wands, it talks about passion again. And so if your emotions are a little bit closed off and blocked, can you feel the passion? So take a moment and to just think about those things that really bring you joy or make you really sad or upset. Take that all into account. Use that rational, logical brain of yours, but use those emotions to help fill the pieces, right? It's like they're almost like locks. They would probably fit in here. It's like you put a cup, boom, it unlocks this one, boom, the next one, right? And then boom, the floodgates are open because we have learned from our emotions. Do you see this card next? It's the Seven of Wands. It's a completely different energy from here where we've been blocked, stagnant. I'm able to move forward. Here, it's like now we pick up our wand, that passionate thing that we're fighting for, that we believe in, that we want to take action on. And we pick it up and we're ready. It's not necessarily a fair fight. We've got 6 versus 1, but because you have the passion and the action and you've understood the emotions, the emotional side of it, this fuels you and you are ready to take on anything, right? This isn't necessarily fair, but you don't care. You're ready because you have the passion and the fire in you. And you're ready to take whatever is in your path on. Then we have the 4 of Pentacles and then the 6 of Wands. Now these two cards, the Four of Pentacles, it does kind of give the sense of like, we're in this box, right? And perhaps this is maybe something that you've been in the past, just kind of kept you limited and blocked. But now we're in a different position where it's like these pentacles kind of have their place, right? We've understood these like things and we put them into a certain contained vessel. But we're moving on to this. Look at the energy here. Look at the hair even too. It's like, and just the colors, right? The orange, the brightness. Here, it's like, look at the progression that we've been on with these wands, because you have this passion inside of you, right? This fire that you can't just contain into a box. It doesn't work that way. You have moved through the blockages. You've understood your emotions and what has been kind of keeping you from moving forward, and you pick up that fire, that passionate thing, right? You move beyond these limiting boxes, and look at what happens next. Victory, this card. And it's like, now we're actually getting a ride on these wands, right? It was like 6 versus 1. But now we've dropped the one that we were holding in our hand to like fight for. And now we're riding on these things, these other things. Or these like other passions of yours, these other projects, whatever it may be. We're moving beyond this limited box. And we have this fresh, exciting zest and zeal for life. It's like, it's giving like a roller coaster, you know, when you like go up and you're like, feeling the wind and everything, because we're shooting off, we're taking off, because we've learned so much, we've moved through so much. So the abundance in your life, it's very present here. To just summarize, not only have you worked on yourself mentally, but also you've brought your thoughts and those things into action on a grounded perspective. It's not just something that you've been thinking about, but you've actually done things to make it a reality on Earth. Here, there have been some blockages, especially when it comes to your feelings and your taking action. But the key to moving beyond these is actually feeling our way through it, understanding what our emotions can teach us and tell us. And that is what moves us forward beyond these blockages, opens the door, and lights us up in a way that we can take on anything. We have this fire and zest for life again, this zeal. We're not contained into boxes. That was a thing of the past. Yes, you can still do this. However, isn't life so much more exciting when you can just move beyond the limitations, move above? We focus on our passions rather than thinking about logically, where can we put things into boxes? No. This is about feeling the fire, the drive, the passion. That's what fuels you and what lights you up. And it actually, this propels you forward faster than any other method, because you believe in yourself and you have this power in your thoughts. You will be victorious in all your endeavors. And that is the abundance, right? That you have moved, that you have leveled up, but also moved beyond these limitations, that you have this abundance of information, your emotions, and that they can teach you something rather than being put into a box. And this can actually propel you forward to success and victory in those endeavors that you truly feel passionate and called toward. the things that light you up. That is your reading for today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Hi, Group 4. If this was the pyrite that you chose, then this is your reading. I shuffled the cards already, but I am just going to do it once more for good measure on camera. And then we can see what your abundance is. Oh. One more card to clarify the Princess of... Oh, okay. All right, now let us begin. I will have to say, I think this might be the most colorful pile of the 4 today. So let's begin over here with the 10 of Pentacles. I mean, if we're talking about abundance here, the 10 of Pentacles is the card to talk about for abundance. It literally is all of the things. Look at all the pentacles here. Not only are they full, because the numbers in tarot go through 1 through 10. So it's like, this is the completion, this is like the final boss, you know, like we have made it to the last level. Not only that, but we're in color. Like, look at this. There is so much here that is absolutely flowing and in perfect balance and harmony. Every single thing, boom, abundant. Especially when it comes to career, money, finances. But not only on a material sense, but your abundance is like, this reflects upon who you are. You're proud of the way that you have gained this abundance, of the way that you have led your life, of the way that you have brought forth these things. With Judgment, it's like when your actions are a reflection of who you are, and are you proud of these things that you have done to achieve this abundance? Clearly here you are. I mean, with this, it's like, boom. If you want to like really see a reflection of who you are, right? There it is. You've gained all this power, this wisdom, this color, and you're proud of who you are in doing that. With the King of Cups and the Star next, these two, the King of Cups is so emotionally intelligent, so sensitive, so in tune with others' emotions as well. I mean, they get to this place because they have gained a lot of experience. They have dealt with a lot of things, seen some scenarios, and they understand a thing or two. They've leveled up, right? This cup almost looks like a trophy in some ways. Your abundance here is that your emotions can teach you so much about things, people, who you are, who you want to be, who you create. That person, that thing of your dreams, like, you have it. The Star is all about our dreams, what we want, what we wish for. When you wish upon a star, what is it that you want? What are those things? Here, emotionally, you're in tune with all of that. And so you're reaching for the stars, for your dreams, for those things, and you can see it happening, coming true to fruition. Because emotionally, you know what you want and what feels good and right to you. And because you trust that intuition, those things are aligned and they come towards you. You know, pyrite is also, it's so sparkly and shiny. There's some of this energy here too. They do call this the fool's gold in some cases, because I think there's many properties that make it feel like gold. However, it's not quite the same, but it is so abundant. And think about the things that sparkle and shine and light you up. They are also abundant. Whether it's like just reading a good book, you know, just spending some time with friends that and loved ones that fill your cup. Those sprinkle and shine for you, and that brings you so much joy and love. Now, we have the Tower card next, and the Eight of Cups. The Tower card, it does talk about a lot of sudden changes, a lot of things that can feel kind of like a tower's falling down and crumbling. It feels like a lot. But what I can tell you from this is that when the tower falls and when things kind of crumble, you can actually take this moment to pause and reflect and think about how that did or didn't work out for you, what it taught you about how you feel, right? You're this King of Cups. You understand emotions so well. And so the tower may have fallen here, but as we reflect upon it, it's like almost maybe there's like this empty space where the tower used to be. Look at these cups. They're spending a moment to just like look and think about, you know, everything maybe that led to this tower moment. How did you feel emotionally when these things were happening? Was it good? Was it bad? Were you happy that the tower fall? Like, whatever this tower moment represents for you, I'm thinking about, like, maybe you lost a job. That could be one thing. And yes, that can be a lot of change, right? But when you take a moment to pause and reflect, did that job make you happy? Or was it just a paycheck that would keep you satisfied for a limited amount of time until it didn't? Is it actually a good thing that, you know, this thing happened so that you can take a moment and actually realize you want to do something that not only will, like, make you feel good, but you'll get the benefits from that. It's not about simply money, but it's about the emotions and the feeling. Did something light you up? Or is it something that you're better off walking away from? Traditionally, this card does talk about walking away, leaving behind these things in the past, right? These people, places, things, whatever it was. In the traditional sense, how I would interpret it, it's like you're leaving all of those behind. What they do, it's like in the traditional Rider Waite, it's like the cups are all behind and they're already like, their back is turned towards it and they're like on this journey. They're leaving them behind. Here it does look more like we're taking a moment to reflect upon this. Perhaps you are going to leave this behind in the end, but right now it's about thinking and feeling what those may have taught you. So maybe you still will leave because you realize whatever this thing was, it didn't fill your cup. And so you need to make that decision for yourself, whether you rebuild, right, from scratch, but this time more with something that fills you up emotionally, or whether you just completely leave it behind and start something new, different. The abundance of opportunity is what I'm hearing here. It's like, yes, one thing may have fallen, but what are the other things that you can now do because that thing has fallen? It's like, another example came to my head. It's like, in sports, you know, one season may have ended, but that now frees you up with so much time to spend on other things. Maybe you were training a lot, and so now you can actually have some time to do those little fun hobbies of yours. Read a book, knit, or maybe you have decided that you want to spend more time working on your physical body, because that's emotionally what's going to make you feel better. Whatever it may be for you, just reflect on your emotions and what that can teach you and how you want to move forward. Think about what will make you feel good, not just because you have to do it, not just because for a paycheck or whatever. And this could even be small, right? Like I'm thinking about like artists who are working a 9 to 5, but they have this passion and dream to do something bigger and something that'll emotionally fulfill them. I'm not saying just completely leave. However, if, something had happened, what can you take from this experience? What can you do now that this thing has cleared up for you? And whatever feels right, go after it. Try it out. See what happens. So, to finish, we have the Princess of Wands and the Eight of Swords. So what I'll say for these two cards, the Princess of Wands, this is an energy all about us believing in our passion and taking action after them. After all that spiel I was saying, the wands are related to our passions, it's related to taking action. Now the Princess of Wands is newer at this. It goes Princess, Knight, Queen, King. So it is like we're starting out on this new journey. It's new for us, again, after this Tower moment. But the abundance of opportunity, now that you have this thing cleared out so that you can spend more time doing the things that light you up, that make you excited. Maybe it's like yoga. Maybe it's drawing. Maybe it is like baton throwing. I don't know what it is for you, but whatever that may be, you can do it now. And I see that this, like, look at the color difference. Like, there's so much more color and more joy, right? This is closer to this Ten of Pentacles. Not only are we have this material abundance, but now when it comes to the things that light us up and that we're fired up on, we can do that. We're excited. Not only are we excited, but like there's a peace to this too, and a grace in the movement. And with this Eight of Swords, to help clarify this, I see that rather than having a lot of anxious thoughts, a lot of overthinking, you now have control and power over this. See, some people may think that, you're kind of like limited and trapped within this cycle. But I see differently. In this particular deck, yes, they're blindfolded, but they're not wrapped up, right? The strings would be tighter. Here, it's the sense that this card gives me, it's like the swords are levitating. Like, you have so much power over your thoughts and ideas and actions that you have control. And you don't even need to see. It's like you have this perspective now. Perhaps it's these things, right? These emotions in the past that you now paired with your thoughts. You can understand clearly and maneuver better. One other thing I was just noticing is you see these two mountains and this like path, this judgment, this reflection. We've kind of got these two eights here. And it's interesting. Our thoughts versus our feelings as a reflection of who we are. With these two, and also notice how like there's like the sun here. There's another, but there's no light as much here. But it's still lit up. So what I want to say here to finish is like there is ultimately this balance between the head and the heart, between our thoughts, but we have control over them. They don't control us. Same with our emotions. They don't just control us. There's a balance between what do I feel right now, but what can this teach me? What can my rational head use about this decision? So if I'm going to summarize the entire thing, let's start here. Your abundance is on a material sense. You've got the finances, the money, the career prospects, whatever it may be. This is already full. And the abundance here too, it's about the reflection. It's about how we got to this place. It's about our actions. And when people judge us or we judge ourselves, are we proud of what our actions and thoughts reflect upon us? Here, with the King of Cups and the Star, it's like you on an emotional level are so experienced, mature, leveled up. You have this abundance of knowledge, especially when it comes to understanding emotions and empathizing with others. This helps you, this abundance helps you because it helps you go after those things of your dreams, the things that will truly light you up and shine and sparkle, that feel good and right. The abundance of opportunity that comes when one thing falls, and the ability to actually take the moment to stop and reflect as well. When things come crashing down, when things kind of change abruptly, yes, it is a lot. However, because you have this abundant sense, just this abundance period, especially materially, you're able to take a moment and pause and reflect and think about emotionally, what does this actually feel? And what do I want to do next? What can this lead to? To finish with the Princess of Wands, this is the energy that you're embodying. Passionate, lit up with excitement over the things that you want to go after, that you want to take action on. We're starting new in this cycle and journey, but we're excited about it because we have thought, we've done some reflection, and we're leaving things behind since they've been cleared out, and we're moving forward now with a balance between what you want emotionally, what you've thought about, what that can teach you and reflect upon, and now you have control over it. So now you have this balance between rational thoughts and actions here, and also feeling the way that you feel and think and choose to do things. And we're on this new journey where we can literally be the creator of our life, not only filled with emotions and logic, but also just doing things because of your passion. And that is it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today.